Evening everyone, Flippy here. So I recently attended my first rated chess tournament in Japan and I thought I'd make a short video about that. I really enjoyed both the tournaments and the videos I made previously about the other tournaments I attended. So this time I played a rated tournament in Osaka. So I recently moved 2.5 months ago or so. I moved from Nagasaki on the west end of Japan to Hyogo, which is in the middle. It's around Osaka, Kobe and Kyoto. And I got the chance to play in a rated tournament here. So it's my first time. I don't have any ratings or anything. This was affiliated with the National Chess Society of Japan, NCS. So it's not FIDE ratings or anything like that. It's all local ratings for Japan. But still, it was interesting to play in a rated tournament, a slightly different environment, and obviously a lot of new faces because I haven't met any of these people before. But I did leave with a few friends, which was great. Leading up to the tournament, I tried to get back from online into an OTB mindset a little bit, so I actually played my online League Chess 45 Team League and Lone Wolf League games with a physical board in front of my computer, which was really fun. I actually really enjoyed it, so I think in general I might just do that when I play slow games. It's really fun to have a physical board. I know many people are starting to get interested in digital boards as well. Maybe one day I will get one of those too, but I'm happy with just a physical board for now. And yeah, so I did that and then led up to the tournament, and I had a fantastic weekend in Osaka. I did run into one surprise on the Saturday night, and I mentioned it in the video. And I also ran into another surprise when I came back. So on the Tuesday, I woke up with a bit of a sore throat, and by lunchtime I had a fever. And Osaka had recently had a slight increase in corona cases, so that was obviously a bit of a scare. I got tested for influenza and for COVID, but with medicine my fever went down after a day and a half or so. So it turns out it was just a really bad cold, because I biked into Osaka, and on the way back, the Monday morning coming back to work, it was really cold. So I think my body just took a bit of a hit. Anyway, also something to mention is that I really felt that I improved once again playing in this OTB tournament. I got to play 3 rounds on 2 days, and I left, even though my play was a bit iffy. I think I could have done a lot better, but I also could have done worse, I suppose. I really left feeling quite confident and very motivated to continue my online leagues as well and look for the next OTB tournament in my area. It was a bit smaller than I expected, but between it being Japan, obviously chess is not the biggest deal here, it being Osaka, so not Tokyo, where obviously a larger population of anything and everyone lives in Japan, and obviously 2020 is still a little bit scary for many people in terms of corona, so some people might not have attended purely for safety reasons. But I had a fantastic time, and I really want to thank the people who attended and the friends I made, and also the tournament director for organizing the tournament and running it. It was really nice. And unfortunately this time I don't have amazing porcelain chess sets to show you, because Chess Jewel was not involved. That's the manufacturer of those beautiful chess sets in the other video back in Nagasaki in Narita. I did take a photo of one slightly interesting set. There's like an interesting pair of knights on both sides, but this time it's just a chess video, I suppose. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoy it. See ya. Alright, here we go. It's the 4th of December. This weekend is the Naniwa Open in Osaka. I am getting off work a tiny bit earlier so I can get to Osaka on Friday while it's still sunny, so I don't have to ride my motorcycle in the dark. It's a 6-round Swiss tournament, 60 plus 30, and there's 3 rounds Saturday and 3 days Sunday, 3 rounds Sunday, so it'll be something new. I'm quite excited. I've been playing a fair bit of chess this year and feeling more confident, so really looking forward to another chance to meet some people and play with them. Obviously corona though, so we're going to be careful, but first things first, we've got to get to Osaka from the countryside, so it's cleared up. It's a really nice day. This is the brewery where I work now, so not that you can see much, but anyway, nice rice wine. Let's go Osaka. Good morning, it's Saturday morning, December 5th. Just got to the community center where the event is being held. there are quite a few other events being held at the community center today as well. So when you walked in, the first thing you see is that the big hall is being put out with many tables. I'm like, oh, it was much bigger than I expected. But no, we're actually on the second floor in the back room. So it is still, I think, only about 16 players. The weather's good. I'm really nervous and excited. So I'll go and register and so forth, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I don't know what to expect. So many things I wish that I had looked up and refreshed myself on last night before I came here, but at least I think I slept enough, and yeah, just really excited. I've got to go meet some people as well. Maybe I can make a few chess friends in Osaka, that'd be nice. Alright, good evening. It's the end of the first day of the Naniwa Open. We played 3 rounds, 60 minutes aside, 30 seconds per move, and I had a good time. We're only 14 players of the maximum of 16 that was possible, so it's 14 plus the tournament director. Yeah, all the games have taken about 2.5 hours. Thank you very much. Taken about 2.5 hours or so, so long day. First game was actually quite tiring, and then the second and third game slightly less so. And I think the reason for it is that I lost the first game and I actually won the second and third game. So I'll put them online in my study at some point, but first game I played against a Australian who lives in Tokyo, and they came through for him, and some other people came through for the tournament. I was black and I played a French, and we went into he went for the bird variation, and then I went for the MacGuffin or something variation, like bishop g5, bishop b4, and I was like, it was fine all game. And then instead of potentially letting him trade queens, I tried to get fancy, and yeah, he just showed me what good experience looks like. At the end I was just completely outplayed, but it was a good game. And the second game I was white against a Japanese guy, also from Tokyo, although I think he studied in Osaka or something. And I was white, and he played a Sicilian. I tried to go for a closed Sicilian. He played e6 on move 2, so unfortunately no closed Sicilian for me, I think. So I just went for the open, and it was very messy, and we both missed some things, but thankfully by the end I had forced mate in 3, I think. My third game was against a lady called Melody. She's Filipino. She lives somewhere, maybe Nara, somewhere around here. She's really friendly, so I played black again. I played French defense again, went for a Tarrasch, and I think she didn't quite remember or didn't know exactly how to deal with it as from the white side, and I got a kind of comfortable position, I guess, not a specifically better, just okay. And then I got a little tricky to win an exchange, and then I just, at the end I was just up a lot of time and a little bit of material, so she eventually resigned. So yeah, first day was really fun. I'm pretty tired. We're gonna have dinner now and have some drinks and relax. Second day tomorrow. The weather's really nice this weekend, so I kind of want to go out as well, but did come to Osaka to play the game, so I will. Though I met a few people, and actually there's some other people who also came from Tokyo, so it seems that because there are only a few tournaments, I'm surprised that quite a few people came from Tokyo, but we're not full, so I guess there just aren't that many players in Osaka or something. Anyway, the one woman who came from Tokyo, she's neighbors with the guy I played round 1. Her husband also came through, but he's at a wedding today apparently. He's the top rated player in Japan apparently, and I am international FIDE master. My eyes look very tired. So I get to meet him tomorrow. That'd be kind of cool. He's not playing, I guess, but maybe to be honest, I don't think there's a lot of time to do anything else besides the expected games, but yeah, that'd be nice. I look forward to it. They actually invited me for dinner, but the group, but I have plans already. So yeah, day 1 done, +1, or 1 loss 2 wins, so that's not too bad, I guess. I haven't actually looked at everyone's ratings. I don't know what what level of ratings I played against. I'm guessing that the first guy was the highest rated player because he was by far the most in control of the game. But yeah, everyone except me has a NCS, like a Japanese chess society rating. So maybe after another one of these tournaments, I'll have a rating too, and it'll be much lower than my online rating. Sadness. Anyway, yeah. So that's day one. Thank you very much, and on to day two. But first, a few drinks and some food and relaxation. Definitely need to sleep. Hello and good evening. It's Sunday evening, and the Naniwa Open is done. So back home for some relaxation, and then tomorrow I have to take my bike back to Inaka, into the countryside where I'm actually living right now. So today was really fun. We played the last 3 rounds, and somehow I ended up with 3 draws, which I would rather win or lose. I'm trying to gain experience and just play some games, but somehow that's how we ended up. Actually, so last night, this day started a bit stressful. I was eating dinner last night after the video I took, and then a filling in my tooth came out here. So now I'm sitting with an open tooth and making a reservation online for a dentist in the area, and I go to my game at 9:30 this morning. We start at 10:10. The dentist phones me, and yeah, you have to come at 11, which is the time I picked originally. It's a bit tight, but I thought if I have to miss one round, let me rather miss one instead of missing kind of 2, because it's too much in between. But you have to come at 10:50 because you have to fill in some documents, because it's the first time you're coming. So at 10:30, it's getting close to the time I should probably leave, and we've transposed out of the opening into a exchange French. I'm black, as you can imagine, because I play so much French, I guess. And I'm playing some dubious stuff, just trying to look for a tactic to win something. Because I don't have time for a real game, so I'm hoping they'll just give up when I win something, or I'll just lose. But I don't know, we continue, and it's really tight. I'm obviously worse, and I get a chance to just trade off a pair of bishops and the queens, just trade, and I offer a draw, and my opponent thinks for a while and says, no, I think we should continue. And I go, no, why? So it's 20-11 now. That was my kind of plan, to just leave at 20-11. But now I offered the draw, and I think he almost took it. And I did trade off a lot of the stuff on the board, so there's not that much going on. He's still up a pawn. He's still up 2 pawns. I think that's actually they were still up 2 pawns at this point. So probably there's some play left for them. I mean, if you're up 2 pawns, you're probably winning, really. We play some more, and they win an exchange, but I win a pawn, and it's their king's kind of open, and it's getting really messy because I don't have time. And I offer a draw again after I take back the exchange. They took my rook with a bishop, and I take it back, and I'm like, how about now? And he thinks for a while and goes, yeah, okay, maybe we should take a draw. So I'm like, yes. So I got away with the draw my first round, and I rush off to the dentist, and I get a filling done. Thankfully, not so bad. They just kind of clean out a little bit and put a new filling in. I actually asked for cleaning as well, thinking that I have time, and then they said, okay, cool, so please give us 45 minutes for the cleaning. And then I said, please do it next time, because I have no time for that. So I went back and got back in time for round 2. Really happy about that. Round 2, I played white against a Sicilian. I went close Sicilian, went into like a Grand Prix. It's good. I tried to original attack, but it didn't quite work out. But then I went up a pawn anyway, queen's off the board, and then went down a pawn towards the end game because I missed a fork skewer, a bishop fork with check, and then went up a pawn again into the end game, and we ended up in a Lucina position. So 2 kings, 2 rooks, and I have an extra pawn. And I kind of get the idea, I'm advancing my king and the pawn to the end of the board, and now I have to build the bridge. So I bring my rook around, and I bring around the wrong way, and they exchange their rook for the pawn, and after I take it, they take my pawn, my other rook, and it's just a draw. So I was really, really sad that I messed up a theoretically won endgame, but I had a good time, and I guess, you live and you learn. Better not just know the theory, but actually be able to execute it properly. And then my third game and last game was I was white again, and I played against the Caracan, advanced Caro-Kann. I played g4, which I think is the bayonet attack or something, and they played their bishop back to e7. I faced this online actually as well a few weeks back in the Lone Wolf League, and I made them play e6, so it's kind of like, it ended up like an advanced French by transposition. And again, I play French a lot, so I at least kind of knew roughly what was going on the board. And I had a tactic, I won a pawn, and then, I don't know, like won an exchange, but I struggled to really kind of make ends meet with the remaining pieces. My king was a bit too open with that g4 I had played at the start. And then it fizzled out into a draw, sadly. There was a continuation, which I didn't take because I didn't see it, but we played it out after the game, and it still didn't look like I was really going to be able to get anyway. So I ended up with three draws today, somehow. And I always try to win or lose, because I don't have a lot of tournament experience. I just want to play a full game, but legit, I did try and offer the first one because I had to go. So that was a win in this situation. That was definitely a win. But yeah, 3 draws. So I ended up on 3.5 out of 6. Tied for 2nd to 7th with like 6 other people, I guess. The first place actually got all 6 games as wins, 6-0, really good. And the rest of us all got 3.5 and then lower. So, man, if I didn't mess up that Lucina position, what if, then maybe I could have gotten 2nd. Anyway, it was really fun. They had prizes and participation prizes, and then from number 1 down, we could all kind of pick up until I was 6th in the list, but I actually think they made me pick 7th maybe, so that I was like halfway. I'm not sure, but anyway, we all got to pick something. The first 3-4 people got to pick from the real prizes, and the rest of us got to pick from like neckties and board mats and some books and tournament like game collections. And I went and picked the best prize out of the participation prizes, a chess pillow. What up, chess pillow? Yeah, so this baby's going home with me, and the only feedback I've received so far was, oh, that's great, you just have to change the cover. So that wasn't very supportive, I guess. Anyway, I had a really good time. Importantly, out of the tournament, I also made some friends. The highest rated FIDE chess player in Japan was there. He's an IM. His wife was there. She's really friendly. She actually participated. He didn't. Made some other people from Tokyo, from around Kobe and Osaka. So I definitely feel like I'm slowly kind of getting a little bit familiar with the Japanese chess group. I got told I should transfer to Osaka for like chess federation stuff, and I went, what? Because I've only played 2 local tournaments in Nagasaki, and now this first one. This is the first rated tournament I've played in my entire life, including in Japan. So although they said that and I appreciated it, I don't really know what that means, because I can't transfer because I've never been in anything. But yeah, and then I don't know, suppose outcome related. So based on the results, I drew the highest rated player in the tournament. It was my last game that I drew, and I beat the 5th highest rated player. But it's out of 14, me being 14 unrated. I lost against number 7. I drew against number 8. That was my first game today. I drew against number 9. That's the Lucina position I messed up, and I beat number 11 yesterday as well. So all in all, I wouldn't, not too bad. I got something done. The rating range was big. It was 1800 to 1200. So it's, and obviously this is NCS. This is Japanese rating. It's not FIDE. So I'm still trying to figure out what that really means, because my experience of the players was not the same as the rating. I actually found some players who were higher rated, easier opponents versus some lower down. But that could also be based on my play. Anyway, that was a great time. I had a really good time, and I'm having a bit of the alcohol that my brewery bakes that I joined here in Japan. But unfortunately, we don't export too much just yet. So if you're not in Japan, I can't really recommend it, but if you are, then have a look. I mean, you can probably find me somewhere online, and you'll find the brewery as well. Yeah, and thanks for watching. I had a fantastic time. I'm really looking forward to joining some more local tournaments and improving over the board as well. Those Lone Wolf League analyses and the Team League 45 analysis games are really paying off, I think. So good times, and happy December. Yeah, 2020 is done. Kind of thankfully. It's a bit of an iffy year, I guess. Be safe. Ciao. It's the evening view from where I stayed. Osaka ne. Osaka da.